And find yourselves at the rear end of your mats. Sit up in Vajrasana for the time being, because we're going to move to child's pose. But today, as you know, my intention is to do forward folds. So while I talk a while, try and get your spine tall, relax your shoulders, keep your chin parallel to the mat if you can, and gently close your eyes, get into your breath. And just understand this thing about forward folds, that if you've got any spinal issues, don't get into very deep forward folds. And if you've got spinal issues, even if I say round your back, don't. Keep your back tall and keep a flat back and then move into your forward fold. Even for something like child's pose, if your knees are together, you will end up with a rounded back. So if you've got spinal issues, keep your knees slightly apart. That gives you a little more space to keep a straight back. And the same is true with even standing poses, because if you keep your feet apart a little bit, you get a little more space to fold forward as compared to if your feet are together. If your feet are together, you will automatically round your back. So protect yourself if you've got spinal issues. If you don't have spinal issues, it's fine. You can from time to time round your back as long as you arch your back again and then, generally hold a tall spine. So with that little disclaimer to start with, get into your breath. Distance yourself from the rest of your day. Allow me to finish my 3 mandatory yawns at the beginning of the class. I don't know why this happens. And as you find length in your spine, go ahead and get your knees wider apart, maybe as wide as your hips or slightly wider. And then increase the length of your spine even more, and then with a tall spine, get your fingertips down, walk them forward, maintaining that length in the spine, keeping your hips low over your heels, and then see if you can reach your forehead down. If you can't, and if all you can manage is just get your fingertips forward, that's fine too. So this is a little energetic child's pose. So hang in there. Get your palms onto the mat. Keep pushing down into the palms, especially into the pinky finger side of your palms. And as you push your palms down, see if you can float your wrists, your elbows up. So you're kind of getting into a little bit of shoulder engagement, reaching your fingertips forward and pushing down with your tailbone. So your tailbone becomes heavier. See if you can find the space to grow your spine taller. So this is probably the easiest forward fold you can find. And then when you're ready, slowly pull back up. And only if you have no spinal issues, get your knees together. If you do have spinal issues, keep your knees apart. Once again, find length in your spine, keeping your spine tall and straight. See how far low can you get. Now this is the max that I can get with my spine tall. If I need to reach my forehead down, I need to start rounding my back to get my forehead down. So go ahead, round your back and just feel the difference between the two forward folds. And now, because you're rounding your back, you will find your tailbone pointing down. So enjoy your little child's pose right at the beginning. And when you're ready, slowly come back up. So that was the difference between a straight back and a rounded back. Get your feet out from underneath you. Keep your right leg straight, your right thigh neutral in your hip socket, your left foot next to your right thigh, your left knee moving down. Once again, keep a straight spine, remove the flesh from underneath, so you don't want your tailbone tucking in, you want your tailbone going vertically down onto the mat. Inhale your arms up, reach up next to your ears, find length through your fingertips, reach forward with your heels, pull your toes back, so you're engaging your leg muscles. Inhale, keep it going up. Exhale, try and maintain a straight spine as much as you can, fold forward. At some point, you may have to round your back, but see if you can avoid that as far as possible. So once you hold on, if you can't reach your toes, no worries, reach under your calves, pull yourselves in without rounding your back. See how much you can manage that. Keep pointing your toes back, grow tall through your heels. Notice where you feel the stretch. For some of us, it's directly in the hamstrings, in the belly of the hamstrings. Some of us, it's in the glutes. If you're pulling your toes back well enough, you'll start feeling a little stretch in your Achilles tendon, maybe in your calf. So just go mindfully into where you feel the stretch. Inhale, release, come all the way up. Exhale, twist to your right. Get your fingertips down. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, take your heart down as much as you can. Stay with your breath. Keep twisting to the right. Inhale, come back up. The reason we keep coming back up is to find that length in the spine. So it's not like, oh, okay, here I'm just going for a forward fold. You'll find your ability to go for the forward fold is a lot less. So find your length in the spine and then exhale, make a huge arc with your fingertips. See where you can reach. See if you can go further forward. Keep your shoulders in the same line. So you don't want your right shoulder reaching forward. Both your shoulders, same line. Your knee is straight. Your toes are pointing back, going tall through your heel. Keep your chin up. That helps to keep a tall spine. And then pull yourselves in. Now use your core. Pull your navel in towards your spine. See if you can reach down a little more. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, fold forward. Old mantra. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, twist to the right, fingertips down, spine tall, and exhale, fold backward. Inhale, come back tall. Exhale, fold forward. Go to your max with a straight spine. And this time, pull yourselves in as much as you can. When you reach your limit, start rounding your spine. See if you can reach your heart down to your knee, maybe your head down to your knee. Inhale, slowly straighten your spine, come all the way to the top. Exhale, last twist to the right. See how much lower you can go. And release. Switch your legs. So get your left leg forward, straight thigh into the pelvis, right foot on left thigh. Remove the flesh from underneath so that your tailbone is pointing straight down. Increase the length of your spine. Grow tall through your left heel. Inhale, arms next to your ears. Reach up. Exhale, fold forward. If you can't reach for your toes, under your calves, pull yourselves in with straight spine. See where you're feeling the stretch. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist a little more. Keep that ankle flexed. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward, straight back. Pull yourselves in. Use your navel moving in towards your spine. Keep reaching your heart to your toes. Forget about reaching your heart to your knees. Reach it to your toes. Keep your chin up. Grow tall through your thigh bone. Grow tall through your heel. Inhale, come up. Reach up with that length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist and down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward with length in your spine. Initially, just pull yourselves in with your spine tall. When you're ready, exhale, round your back. Try and get your head closer to your knee as much as you can. See where you're feeling the stretch. Inhale, slowly first straighten your spine. And then all the way up. And exhale, last twist to the left. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist down a little more. And slowly release. Cross your ankles in front of you. If you need support, take it. If you can, stand up without support. All the better. Find yourselves to the tops of your mats. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. Push down equally into all four corners of your feet. Pull up your kneecaps, tailbone pointing down. Your navel gently pulling in, spine tall, palms in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Set your intentions for your practice today. Forward folds tend to be the most calming. And see where all you can find your forward fold. So a forward fold is anything that stretches the back side of your body, all the way from your skull, all the way down to your heels. Anything that gives you that little stretch. It needn't be just at the glutes, it needn't be just on your back, it could be your hammies, your calves, your shoulders, your upper back. Anything that gives you that stretch, if done well, constitutes a forward fold. Blink your eyes open, inhale, arms up, reach, just keep growing tall, and then we're going to fold forward on the exhale, but only halfway through. So torso parallel to the floor. Exhale, reach through your fingertips. Now, if you're like me, the natural instinct to balance the center of gravity is to push the hips back, reach forward through the arms, but this does nothing. While this constitutes a forward fold, undoubtedly, it does nothing for your abs. So gently push your hips forward, so your hips line up with your heels. Keep reaching through your fingertips. Try and keep your arms next to your ears. See if you can avoid rounding your back. See if you can avoid getting the pressure into your toes by scrunching them up. So you need to keep pushing your hips forward, reaching forward through your fingertips. Keep your elbows straight. Imagine you're holding a block between your palms. Push into that block. Inhale, slowly come up. Slowly take your time. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold, arms circling from the side all the way down. Hold on to the backs of your calves. Slide your fingers down, slide your palms down. See if you can stay with a straight spine. If you want, and if you don't have spinal issues, round your back, pull yourselves in. Inhale, come up halfway. So heart moving forward, hips over heels, fingertips pointing down, chin up. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Get your right foot all the way back. So even though this may not feel like a forward fold, in a sense it is. On one side at least, because it kind of you're contracting your hip flexor, The other side, your hip flexor is extended. But if you do it right, which is if you push your heel back, your right heel back, you take your heart forward, you will end up feeling a little stretch on the back, just a little. Get your right palm next to left foot. Inhale, take your left arm up just to open up the twisty part of your physique. Slowly get it back down. Get your left foot all the way back, hold plank. Now from plank, let's move to down dog. So stay on the balls of your feet, engage your thigh muscles. Just think of taking your tailbone up and back by pushing the mat forward with your palms. So the movement comes, you're just angling your tailbone up, and the movement comes just by pushing the mat forward with your palms. So you keep going with your shoulders moving back as much as you can. While you're doing this, your back muscles are engaged. There's really no stretch. At some point, one of the two will happen. Your shoulders will feel like they can't go back anymore, or your heels will say, look, I can't drop down anymore. So when you reach your point, your limit, hang it there and then see if you can extend your tailbone even higher. Find that little space and move in. If you keep pushing your heels down, you start feeling stretch in your Achilles tendons, in your calves, in your hammies, little in your glutes. You're mainly engaging your back to keep it flat. Raise your heels up, inhale, come back to plank, drop your knees down, chest and chin. So all the forward bending, remove the stress with a nice little knee stress too. And then walk your feet back, relax your toes on the mat, inhale to cobra. So it continues to be a little bit of a back bend. So, in yoga, you just don't do one part. You always have to marry your forward fold with the back bend with a twist. It all goes hand in hand. It's a beautiful dance. You can't just do one step. So while today we are focusing on forward folds, you need to do everything. And you must have noticed that in almost all our practice. Tuck your toes in, come up through your knees, hips up and back, down dog. Now, for those of you who can manage a straight back in your down dog, for once, round your back and see how awkward it suddenly starts feeling. And for those of you who usually end up rounding your back like I'm doing, push your tailbone even further up and see if you can push your heart towards your knees to find a straight back. Now, this might involve internal rotation of the arms and the shoulders. Do that and then externally rotate the arms and the shoulders. When you're ready, look forward, get your right foot all the way forward between your palms, a little to the right. Reach further back with your left heel. Drop your hips down as low as you can. Take your heart forward. Chin up. Get your left palm next to right foot. Circle your right arm all the way up and across. But keep your hips low. And release. Get your back foot all the way forward. Hold on to your ankles or your calves. Get your hips over your heels. Extend your heart forward rather than down. Inhale with your heart moving forward. Exhale, pull your navel in. Find that space. Pull your heart in towards your knees. Inhale, come up halfway. This time, there's no tension. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, pull yourselves in. See if you can avoid using your palms. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, halfway forward fold. So try and keep your hips over your heels. Try not to push your hips back. Just keep your hips over your heels. Just keep reaching forward with your fingertips. You need to draw your navel in. You need a lot more of your weight is getting onto your toes. Keep your arms next to your ears. Stay here. Take a few breaths. As you notice, sometimes the back doesn't feel like it's stretching. The back feels like it's doing a lot of work. The abs are doing a lot of work. But hello, that's yoga. Inhale, come all the way up. Whoever said yoga is all about nice, relaxing stretches, they need to have a think. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Get your left foot all the way back. Drop down on your left heel. Walk your left heel further back. For today, push your hips back and up so your right knee straightens out. Keep your right toes on the mat. You can curl your left toes under, or you can put them flat. Push your left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, spine tone. Exhale, fold forward. Now, if you're stopping here, then go ahead, hold on to your calf. If it's available to you, get your fingertips down. Keep pushing your right hip back as much as you can. Keep reaching your heart forward as much as you can. So you'll already start feeling a stretch on your right glute. If you want to take it further, your right toes start pointing them up towards the sky, so your right hip moves further back. Maybe that gives you the space to push your heart forward and lower down. Slowly release. See if the stretch moved from just your glutes to your hamstrings when we did that. Drop your right toes down, get your palms forward on either side of your right foot, tuck your left toes in, pick up your left knee, get your right foot all the way back, hold plank. Once again, push the mat forward with your palms, point your tailbone up, and then push your tailbone up and back. Release your heels down to your down dog. See that your heels are behind your second and third toes. That kind of changes the stretch a little bit in the calf. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, drop your knees down, hips slightly back, bend your elbows, chest to chin, knees, chest, chin. You need to keep engaging your core, shoulders away from the ears. Walk your knees back, drop down to the mat. Inhale, come up, cobra. Release your palms off the mat. Stick your toes to the mat. Inhale, come up a little higher. Hold this, circle your palms behind. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Extend your elbows. Take your palms up. Inhale, take your palms higher. See if your heart comes up for the right. Inhale as you take your palms higher. As you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades in a little more. Slowly release your palms back under your shoulders. Tuck your toes in, come up through your knees, hips up and back, down dog. Look forward, get your left foot all the way forward between your palms. Drop down on your right knee. Take your right knee further back and then straighten out your left knee. Keep your left toes on the mat. Left hip moves back, right hip moves forward. Inhale, spine roll, exhale, forward fold. Once again, if you can't reach the mat, hold on to your calf. If you can reach the mat, go ahead, but keep your left toes as much on the mat as possible. Push the top of your left thigh bone up and back. So grow tall through that thigh bone, grow tall through your heart. See where you're feeling the stretch. Right now, it might be localized to the glute. Some of you might be feeling it in the hammy. If you want to feel the stretch in the hammy, take your toes up. You see the hip moving back. Find the space for your heart to move further forward and down. So hinge from your hip so your heart begins to reach your knee. Becomes a deeper stretch in the glute and you start feeling it in the hands. Slowly release, bend your knee, get your palms on either side of your front foot, tuck your back toes in, pick up your knee, back foot all the way forward, deep forward fold. So you can hold on to the backs of your ankles and pull yourselves in. With each forward fold, see if you can go a little further. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. See if that relieves the pressure. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. And just to remove the Mickey, a little bit of a back bend if you wish. And palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Check in with your breath. Be nice and slow and gentle so far. Let's hope it continues that way. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, halfway. Reach your fingertips forward. Stop at horizontal. Keep your hips over your heels. Try not to let your hips go back at all. Exhale all the way down, folding. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Right foot all the way back. Left foot comes halfway through to the center. Drop down on your right heel. Oh God, warrior two, even on a forward fold, no choice. So this is Jeff's request. You need to open your hips out. Now this forward fold in a warrior two becomes especially interesting because there's some of us whose hips will just not allow that forward fold to happen. There's some of us who just go down naturally. Wherever you are, make sure that your left knee is over your second and third toes. Make sure that your left hip keeps moving down. Make sure your right pinky toe is pushing into the mat. Interlace your fingers behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Extend your elbows. Lift up your palms. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, fold forward to the center. Do not fold forward to the left. That means towards your left knee. Now, once you found your forward fold, keep pushing your left hip down towards your left ankle. Keep taking your heart forward. Try and keep your hips in line with your heels. Forward folds challenge your balance sometimes, and that's where your core gets engaged. Keep pushing your right pinky toe into the mat. Find your stability with that. When you're ready, come up. Circle your arms all the way up and see if you can find a little bit of a back bend. And then straighten your spine, relax your arms to the side, windmill your palms all the way down, get your front foot all the way back, hips up and back, down dog. And then drop down to your elbows, keep your elbows shoulder width apart, interlace your fingers. So that's your normal dog. Now lift your heels up as much as you can, but keep taking your shoulders back so your spine remains tall. Tiptoe your feet as far forward as you can without getting your shoulders forward. So keep walking your feet forward without getting your shoulders forward. So there's no point if your shoulders come forward at the same relative distance. Remember, you're trying to do a forward fold in a dolphin. You need to push the mat forward with your forearms as you do this. And then walk your feet back. But you're still in dolphin. Inhale, take your hips up and back. Exhale to shark. So get your heart 1 inch above your fists. And then exhale back to dolphin. And then drop down to your knees. And get into child's pose. Either knees apart if you've got spinal issues, or knees together if you don't. When you're ready, tuck your toes in, hips up and back, down dog. And get your right foot all the way forward between your palms on the center line. Drop your left heel down, heel to arch. Extend your left arm, inhale, come up, warrior two. Right hip down to right ankle, right knee over your second and third toes, left pinky toe into the mat, spine toe. When you're ready, interlace your fingers behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades in, extend your elbows, spine toe, exhale, fold forward to the center. Keep taking your palms up. Once you've executed your forward fold, see if you can get your right hip closer to your right ankle. If you can push your left pinky toe closer into the mat. See if you can take your heart forward, spine neutral to flat, chin up. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades in. Keep engaging your navel to the spine. Inhale, slowly come up. Circle your arms all the way up. Find a little bit of a back bend in your warrior two. Then release, straight spine, arms aside, windmill your arms around. Back foot all the way forward. Deep forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. I know, one more side. See if you're pushing down equally into all four corners. See if you're picking up your kneecaps. See if your tailbone is pointing down, your pelvis is level, spine is tall, shoulders relaxed. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, halfway through. Maintain your balance with your hips over your heels. It's okay if your weight gets into your toes. Keep your chin up. Reach through your fingertips. Imagine you're holding a block between your palms. You don't want to end up looking like this. Engage things. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Left foot all the way back. Heel to heel alignment. Left toes at 45 degrees. Push your left hip forward, right hip back, left knee straight. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Stay here. When you're ready, just tip forward. So keep pushing your right hip back, left hip forward, tip forward. So it's like a 45-degree angle. Reach up through your fingertips, push down into your left pinky toe, hold it with your core. 4, 3, 2, 1. That was just getting your right glute ready. So come up, straighten your right knee, circle your arms behind you. You can go either holding on to your elbows or knuckles, or if you can, full reverse namaste. So depends on where you want to be. Keep pushing your right hip back, left hip forward, spine tall. Exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, push that right hip back. You don't want to fold forward like this. You want to fold forward equally. So stop when you come to parallel to the floor. Then push your elbows up towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other. See if you can find length in your spine here. Keep pushing your right hip back. If you want to release your palm, not if you want to release your palms down either to your ankle or your calf. If you can get your fingertips next to your foot, go ahead. Use that as support. Keep pushing your right hip back. Release your heart down. Forward fold. Few deep breaths here. We're taking this further. Get your left palm, if you want to, next to your right foot. Inhale, circle your right palm up. Now, if your left palm doesn't reach down to the mat, you can keep it on your right ankle or your right calf. But keep your spine tall. Don't round your back like this and then do this. Keep your spine tall and then take your arm up. If you've got a block or a piece of furniture, you can use that for support. So as you twist up, try and keep a straight spine. Now, if you find this also easy, lift your left palm up, cross over the right foot, get it on the other side of the right foot, and deepen your twist and challenge your balance. We keep pushing your right hip back. Keep pulling your navel in. Reach up with your right fingertips. Slowly release. Ideally, if your feet are far apart enough, you should feel a stretch on your left Achilles tendon. Bend your right knee, come to low lunge, right foot all the way back, hips up and back, down dog. Drop down to your elbows, which are shoulder width apart, interlace your fingers. Tick, 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 walk your feet forward, take your hips even higher and your shoulders even further back. Find the space, get your left foot all the way up. Reach up, push your shoulders back towards your knee. Reach up higher. Keep your hips level. Keep pushing the mat forward with your forearms. Keep that right knee straight. And then gently drop your left foot down. Take your right foot up. Reach up. Point with your right toes. Left knee straight. Push your hips, shoulders back. Push the mat forward with your forearms. 3. Reach up higher. Come on with your toes. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Drop down. Walk back to down dog. Drop down to your knees. Child's pose. Knees apart. If you've got spinal problems, keep your spine tall. Or knees together if everything's okay. When you're ready, push back to down dog. Heels behind second and third toes. Feel one way up and back. External rotation of the arms and the shoulders. Knees straight. Look forward. Get your left foot all the way forward between your palms. Drop down on your right heel. Heel to heel alignment. Right toes in at 45. Keep pushing your right hip forward. Left hip back. Inhale. Warrior 1. 45-degree angle. Reach through your fingertips. Push down with your right heel and your right pinky toe. Keep your neck a natural extension of your spine. Keep your arms next to your ears. Pull your navel in. Feel the pressure on your left glute. Inhale, come back up. Straighten your left knee. Circle your palms behind you. Whatever you did last time, elbows to palms, knuckles touching. For full reverse namaste. Push your left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, fold forward. Keep reaching your heart forward, chin up. Don't think of dropping your heart to your knee. Just keep your spine parallel to the floor. Then focus on your elbows, push them up towards the ceiling. Pull your navel in towards your spine, heart moving forward, chin up. Feel the stretch once again in the glute, maybe in the hammy, maybe lower back. 3, 2, 1. Release your palms down, either the calf, the ankle, or the mat. Release your heart down to the knee as much as you can. See if you can find length with your inhale. See if you can exhale and soften your heart towards the knee even more. Then come back to parallel to the floor. Get your right palm next to left foot. Circle your left palm up, twist. You can hold on to your ankle or your calf if it's too difficult. I know balance becomes a challenge then. If you find this easy, pick up your right palm, go across your left foot, put it outside your left foot. Inhale, spine tall, exhale, twist a little more. Don't hold your breath. Use your breath to move deeper into the pose. So as you inhale, take your spine tall. As you exhale, twist a little more. As you inhale, take your head forward. As you exhale, pull your navel in towards your spine. Slowly release. Bend your front knee. Get your back foot all the way forward. And this time, keep your knees bent. Pick up your left toes. Get your left palm underneath your left foot. So soft of the palm with the soft of the foot. Push the foot back down. Pick up your right toe, so you're on your right heel. Push your right palm under your right foot, put it down. So you're literally standing on your palms. Top of your back. Your upper back is feeling the stretch. Now think of taking your hips up and straightening your knees as much as your flexibility will allow. So the more you keep taking your hips up and the more you straighten your knees, the more you feel the stretch in your middle back and your upper back. Let your head hang. Relax your neck. Deep breaths. Now see if you can start engaging and pushing your toes into your wrists. So push your wrists down with your toes. At the same time, try and pick up your toes with your wrists. So push your toes up with your wrists. So when you do that, you start engaging the muscles in your legs. So they're stretching at the same time engaging. A lot of things happening. Then try and keep your hips over your heels, not take them back. And if you think you've had enough, bend your knees, release your palms, straighten your knees, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. And palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes, stay with your breath. Check in with sensations of anything, either in your head, on your skin. Maybe your breath feels different. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, circle down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips down. Get your right foot all the way back. Stay on the balls of your right foot. Inhale, come up, high lunge. When you're ready, move to warrior three, and then after you finish your warrior three, either you can hold warrior three and you can get support if you wish. Circle your palms down to standing splits. So let's start with warrior three. Get your arms parallel to the floor, reach for your box of chocolates, move to warrior three. So you can either just enjoy your warrior three, keep your hips level. You don't want your right hip hiking up, you want it pointing down. Grow tall through your right toes or your right heel, whatever works. Stretch out through your fingertips, hold that block, and if you want, circle your palms all the way down to the floor. Keep taking your right toes up. Really need to engage your core to keep taking the right toes up. Now, your leg will go up only to the extent of your flexibility of your psoas. So keep reaching up. Keep taking your heart down to your left knee. When you're ready, drop your right foot down. So low lunge. Take your left foot back and up. Three-legged down dog. Reach up with your left leg. Keep your hips level. No need to open up today. Keep your shoulders level. If you want, either just drop your left foot down and stay in down dog. And if you think, nah, I want to push, inhale, three-legged plank, exhale, three-legged chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, everyone needs a down dog. When you're ready, take your right foot all the way forward between your palms below, a little to the right. Stay on the balls of your left foot. Inhale, come up. High lunge. Keep your hips low. When you're ready, warrior three. Arms parallel. Reach, box of chocolates. Left toes back or left heel back. Reach through your fingertips. Elbows in towards each other. Find a good warrior three. And then circle your palms down. Standing splits, take your left leg higher. Reach your heart down to your right knee as much as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release left foot all the way forward. Deep forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. And palms in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a bit. Okay. So we're gonna do one standing balance. And if this one gets too complicated for you, all you can always just take the easier option and practice your tree, which is heel into groin, push your foot into the thigh, inhale, take your palms up and just stay here. And just because the mood is to forward fold, see if you want to forward fold your tree to whatever extent you can. I recommend stopping it parallel. So that's one thing you could do. You want to do the whole 9 yards of a deep, deep forward fold and a little bit of hip action. Watch first. So first watch, and then you can join in. So push your left foot into the mat, heel up to the junction between your thigh and your abdomen. Your knee goes down. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And you can just stop here. If you want, release the knee that's bent, that palm. So my right knee is bent, take it all the way back. Hold on to your right big toe, and you can stop here and pull your heart in. If you want to take a challenge further, release your left palm, and get your left palm behind your left ankle. Use that to pull yourselves in. So it kind of ends up looking a little like this. Keep that left knee straight. Keep taking your heart in as much as you can. Okay. And then, of course, slowly release. I should have shown you how to release. So it release looks like, get your palm down, slowly come all the way back up, and then release. Okay, so now you go. Push your left foot into the mat. Get your right heel up to the junction of your thigh and your abdomen. Keep that knee down. Inhale, go all the way up. Alternately, just do your tree and then forward. When you're ready, fold forward all the way down. Now decide if you just want to stay here with your forward fold, enjoy that. If you want, release your right palm, take it behind your back, hold on to your right big toe, and enjoy this little bind. If you want, stay here. If you want, release your left palm, hold on to your left calf, keep your left knee straight, pull yourselves in a little more. Stay with your breath, find your breath. And then slowly release. So what I showed you, release your palms down first. Inhale, slowly come up with your arms. Then release your foot and then drop your arms. Shake it out. And when you're ready, we'll move to the other side. So of course, if you did the tree on this side, do the tree on the other side. Get all your weight onto your right foot. Get your left heel up to the junction of your thigh and your abdomen. All the way up here. Push your left knee down. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So while I'm folding forward, my knee might bend just a bit, just to keep that foot up. That's cool. But once I have forward folded, straighten that knee. Now you can stay here if you want. If you want, release your left palm behind you. Hold on to your left big toe. And keep pulling yourself in. If you want, stay here. If you want, release your right palm, get it behind your right ankle. Pull yourself in. So feel the pressure of your left heel into your abdomen, into the right side of your abdomen. Keep pulling in. 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, release your fingertips down, all the way up. And release your foot, release your palms. Shake it out. And then gently sit down. Get the soles of your feet together, fairly close to your groin. We want to work the hips, butterfly your knees down as much as you can. Keep a tall spine. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, keep pushing the knees down as you take your heart forward. Think of taking your heart forward. Now, if you've got spinal issues, stop here. Stop wherever you begin to, just kind of jam in. If you don't have spinal issues, at some point after you feel jammed because your spine is tall, start rounding your back. Maybe your forehead can move down towards your toes. Maybe not. Find a place where you feel just challenged and stop there. So that could be just here. Do not, for God's sake, do not pull in hard, because there are lots of muscles here that are stretching out in your groin, in your upper thigh. You don't want to break or tear any of those muscles. Keep pushing your knees down towards the floor. Keep finding length from your your lower back all the way forward. Stay with your breath. And then slowly first find a straight back and then find your way back to seated. Okay, face the front of your mat. Keep your right calf parallel to the top edge of your mat. Take your left leg behind. Support yourself on your palms on either side of your right leg. And walk that left knee as far back as you can. Then, if you want, take your right knee out to the right to the extent you can. Now, your right heel might move in towards the groin. If it does, don't worry, just let it. Don't fight it. If you can keep the right calf parallel to the top edge of your mat, well and good. Keep your hips level, so you don't want your left hip hiking up and you end up looking like this. See if you can get your elbows down. By now, you should be feeling the stretch in your right outer glute. And if you can, walk your elbows forward. If you can, get your forehead or maybe even your heart all the way down. So hold your pigeon. And since today is all about forward fold, refuse to get tempted into a back bended pigeon. Just release down and relax. Slowly find your way back up. Tuck your back toes in. Move into a down dog. And then get your left foot all the way forward. Drop your left knee down. Same thing. Get your left calf parallel to the top edge of your mat. Push your left knee out if you can or if you want to. Keep your hips level. Get your elbows down. You should already be feeling a stretch in your left outer glute. If you want to stay here, if you can, walk your elbows forward. Relax your heart or your forehead or your chin on the mat. Make it easy, so kind of give up the stress, give up the tension. When you're ready, slowly push out. Get your back foot all the way forward, just swing it forward. And sit with your heels about hip distance apart. Remove the flesh from underneath. Spread your fingers. Get your palms right next to your hips. We're going to tabletop. So when I say 3, bend your knees, get your feet down onto the mat, lift your hips up and make your tabletop. 1, 2, 3. Bend your knees, Feet down on the mat, hips going up in line with your knees and shoulders. If you want, keep your chin tucking in towards your chest. If you want, hang your head. Stay with your breath. Keep pushing your hips up. When we're ready to release, push your hips down towards your ankles, down and forward towards your ankles, and then release. Sit down again with your knees straight, get your heels together, get your big toes together, spread your fingers, get your palms slightly behind your hips, point your toes forward at the count of 3, reverse plank. 1, 2, 3, toes dipping forward onto the mat, hips up, straight line between your heels and your shoulders. Either tuck your chin in towards your chest or hang your head. Hips up, come on. Straight line, toes down to the mat as far as possible. Engage those leg muscles that you've been stretching like crazy. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly release. Relax your heels away from each other and slowly release into your final Shavasana. So drop down to your elbows and then all the way down. Elbows away from the torso. Palms facing up. Nice long deep breaths. Everything released. When you're ready, nice long deep breath in. Start beginning to move your fingers and toes. When you're ready to exhale, bend your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Then gently rock to the side to side. And whenever you're ready, roll over to your right, stand your face down, keep your eyes open. Come back to seated, wherever's comfortable. Forward folds tend to be associated with relaxing, with withdrawing inwards, with closing yourself out. Sometimes when you just want to kind of, after a heavy day at work, want to kind of chill out, relax, you want to kind of go within, process everything that's happened outside and, kind of just be with yourself. Forward folds tend to be the best. And I would advise, we really want to start cutting out, do the seated forward folds because they tend to be the least demanding in terms of energy. Even the ones that are like, sleeping and you take your feet back in halasana, that needs a lot of core engagement. So the best ones are the seated ones. Standing ones need a fair amount of work, a fair amount of engagement. So you take your pick. But on the whole, forward folds tend to chill you out. They tend to stretch all the meridians at the back of your body, fairly important meridians associated with digestion, because rest and relaxation go hand in hand with digestion. So you do yourself a world of good. But as you notice, a normal yoga practice will incorporate almost all the different, orientations of the spine, forward folds, back bends, twists, lateral bends. So you kind of strengthen, but at the same time stretch the meridians that are important for your functions. So you first kind of get your body more efficient, and then hopefully your emotions and mind follows. And maybe someday you gain those spiritual insights that you might begin to start looking for. So one final stretch, inhale, take all the way up. And release. Namaste, yogis. As always, awesome to practice with you. And I'll probably stop recording.